Hey, this is Kenny at Triple Threat Western Radio. How's it going?
Going good. How are you?
I'm good. I want to apologize for some technical issues on my end. You did call. It's just that when I try to click the answer button, let's just say technology wasn't willing to cooperate with me. Uh, I almost wanted to lay the smackdown on technology.
I understand.
So thank you for being on the show. I truly appreciate it. And how do you pronounce your name, if you don't mind me asking?
It's Hyan.
Hyan. Okay. I guess I was making too much of. Is it Yan or Hyan? Okay, I got you. Uh, so how did you get started as a wrestler? How did it start off for you?
Well, I've always been a fan. I grew up watching it, so it's just something that I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. But when I was in college, I was becoming more serious about it, and, of actually wanting to pursue it. So I decided to, join a wrestling school, and it's kind of history from there.
So you currently live in Houston, Texas, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so as we all know, Houston has been going through some tough times since Hurricane Harvey. Um, you being there, you seen the hurricane up close. How's the city coming along since the hurricane, and how are you in particular?
I was really lucky I didn't get flooded. I almost did. The water got up pretty high, but thankfully, the water didn't come through. But the city's been doing pretty good. The water's gone down. There's no more water, no more flooding. Everyone's really been helping each other out and donating, what they can. So there's been a big effort in, Houstonians helping other Houstonians. So that's really helped out the situation. So it hasn't been as terrible as it could have possibly been. It's not a Puerto Rico type situation.
I got you. Houston is one of my favorite cities to ever visit. And then when I seen the footage like everyone else, it was just shocking. It was disheartening. It was sad. And to Houston's credit, the those who responded quickly, Houston, is recovering. And you got big names, athletes like J.J. Watt, who donated big time, put his money where his mouth is, and he's automatically one of my favorite athletes for that. He plays for the Houston Texans. You got a lot of other people donating, and Houston is a strong city, and I believe in my heart they're gonna bounce back from this. So, and Houston Astros are in the playoffs, so that's a feel good story there. So it's good to see that Houston is recovering, and that things will eventually get even more better. But it's, more importantly, you okay as well. So,
Yeah. Yeah, everything's great down here, with me anyway.
so, who were some wrestlers that you looked up to growing up? Those that inspired you of becoming a wrestler?
I was a really big fan of, my top three probably would be like Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, and Shawn Michaels. Those were the guys that really inspired me to become a wrestler.
That's quite a list there. I like that. Kurt Angle, especially. And it's good to see.
Oh,
And it's good to see Kurt Angle back on the WWE. Definitely liked him there. And he's in the Hall of Fame. And he was great. He was spectacular. And he was just he was an incredible athlete. and he's definitely be a great mentor to the current generation of talent that's out there right now. So you live in the state of Texas, which has quite the history with professional wrestling. You know, guys like Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Booker T, the Guerreros, the Von Erichs, Jacqueline. List goes on and on. Like, how, for those who may not be familiar with wrestling in Texas, like, how you feel about the history of of Texas and what they've meant to professional wrestling?
I mean, Texas is a huge wrestling state. There's a lot of stuff going on in the state now in regards to independent wrestling, but in regards to the history, yeah, I think it was definitely back in the day kind of one of the big states to be in when it came to wrestling. If you wanted to make it in wrestling, I felt like you had to at least wrestle in Texas because there was so much going on, and there's still so much going on.
Yeah, especially on the indies right now. I mean, there's a lot of talented woman wrestlers. I'm a fan of yours, obviously. You got Barbie Hayden, who's doing her thing. You got Ember Moon, who's now in the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's Championship. By the way, NXT TakeOver is coming to your city. They come in Survivor Series as well. So that's going to be a big weekend. And as much as I love Kairi Sane and what she's done in the Mae Young Classic, I'm rooting for the fellow Texan to win this thing for the Women's Championship. But we'll see. There's one more spot left in that Fatal 4-Way. But I've been rooting for Ember to win for the longest for quite some time. So hopefully in her home state, granted she's originally from Dallas, but it's coming to Texas. So she's got the home crowd advantage for sure. Mm-hmm. And then speaking of the Mae Young Classic, you got Miranda Salinas. She making a name for herself. Now for you, like, what do you consider your biggest highlight of your career thus far? The moment that stands out. It could be like a championship that you may have won, a storyline, an angle, or a show that you was a part of. What do you consider the biggest highlight of your career so far?
The biggest highlight probably would be when I got to wrestle Nia Jax on Raw. That was a big accomplishment for me. That was a big moment. So that definitely stands out as, number one in my mind.
So what was that experience like being on national television? And I'm pretty sure your cell phone was buzzing, bunch of notifications, text messages, tweets. Like, what was the experience like? And, just the reaction that you got afterwards.
I had experience on being on TV before because I wrestle for Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, which is a televised wrestling show. So I had that experience going in. But, it being live, obviously is different. I wasn't necessarily nervous when it all happened because I kind of knew what to expect. But afterwards, yeah, social media was blowing up. People were texting me. It was surreal, One of my dreams is to have a match on Raw, even though, it wasn't necessarily a competitive match. It was still a match. So it was, one step closer to achieving my dream. And it was something that I got to cross off my bucket list for sure.
Pretty much. And, regardless of what happens, you got a platform and, you make the most of it. There's that woman revolution is looking real good in the past couple of years. So that's just a lot of people are talking about it more than ever. It feels like to me that they're getting more opportunities now. You know, they get to compete in Hell in a Cell matches. They get to be in Iron Man matches. They get to be in main event and pay-per-view events. You know, they getting more airtime, and you know they getting, you know, it's still a grind to get themselves out there, but at least like they seem to be a little bit more open to give the woman, you know, opportunities that the guys are getting. So, and you know, and they have the talent that can, you know, take them to bigger heights, like a Charlotte or a Becky Lynch or a Bayley or Sasha Banks. And you know, in NXT you got Ember Moon and Ruby Riott, and you get Nikki Cross. You know, they got the talent to, you know, to take them up there. So it's a good sight for sure. Now I know you got some shows coming up. One in particular I definitely want to talk about is Saturday, October 28th. It's Fight Girl Fight presented by VIP Wrestling and Sabotage Wrestling. That is a big show from what I've been hearing and what I've been reading. Talk about that show and just talk about the atmosphere for VIP Wrestling and Sabotage to be joining forces like this.
First of all, I want to say Sabotage has been one of my absolute favorite places to wrestle at. I love the locker room. I love just wrestling for them. They are amazing. I've also had really great experiences with VIP because I got to wrestle Nicole Savoy last month in September at VIP. So, you know, two really awesome promotions. Finally, you get to see the LTO, Latinos Taking Over, you know, really in action. We got to debut in Sabotage last Friday, and now we get to bring it to Dallas and VIP and just start showing Texas what we can do, how talented we really are, and just show them that, yeah, you know, LTO is really Latinos taking over. We're taking over Texas, and that's just the starting point.
So I'm looking at the matchups here. You have Miranda Salinas going up against Brandy Rhodes. That's the wife of current Ring of Honor champion Cody Rhodes. You got Erica Torres going up against Thunder Rosa. Big name. She's from Lucha Underground. Yourself, you're going up against Raquel Vaughn. You also have Delia Doom, Barbie Hayden, among others. It is a big show. Definitely worth watching. And it's going to be in Arlington, Texas. Tickets, you can get your tickets at ProWrestlingDallas.com. There's an event page for more details with the address and everything else. So that is a week from this Saturday at Arlington, Texas. Go check it out. If you're in the area, you can check out Hyan doing her thing. And I want to talk about LTO. I like that. LTO. How did that group got put together? And for those who may not be familiar with y'all, like how did this group came to be?
You know, it's just a bunch of, you know, it's me, Erica Torres, Miranda Salinas. We might have a few more joining the group. You know, you never know, so you have to follow the group and see what's going on. But, you know, Latinos taking over, Latinas getting together, showing, you know, our strength, our power in the ring. If you watch Sabotage, you see that we didn't even have to cheat to win. We don't cheat to win. We are just that good. So we're just taking over. It's just a group of us that got together. Individually, we are powerhouses. So say, come on, let's put it together. And, you know, that's kind of where it's at right now. And this is just a starting point. You know, VIP is the first stop, but we'll be at the Sabotage show in January and just continue on these Texas promotions together and just taking over, like you said.
So you were saying that you got your eyes on, you know, potential additions down the road. Are there anyone in particular that you ladies have, you know, talked about privately, have been like, maybe we need to look into this person, to see where her mind is at. See if she got what it takes to represent this group. Anyone that stands out that y'all may want to consider recruiting to LTO.
We do. We have talked about a few people. I can't reveal it just quite yet, though. It's a surprise. You'll see. We have a few more coming our way.
Well, I tried, people. I tried to get her to spill the beans, but she's saying, you gotta wait and see. So that's the beauty of wrestling for you. Just surprises comes to territory. So LTO doing that thing. And I want to talk to you about other shows in addition to VIP and the Sabotage show coming up. What are some other upcoming shows that people need to keep an eye on that you're going to be a part of?
I'll be defending my Victory Pro Wrestling women's title this Saturday in Corpus Christi. I'll be making my Midwest debut November 4th. I'll be in Illinois. And, some things with Rise and Shimmer coming up soon as well. So just, big things coming for sure.
And for those who want to, keep in touch with you social media-wise, why don't you go ahead, promote your social media links and where people can check you out at?
Awesome. Okay, so my Instagram account is the Hyan, THEHYAN, and my Twitter is _the Hyan as well.
Well, it was great chatting with you, Hyan. Thank you so much for your time, and